everyone, it's Kathy, and you're back here in my craft room and on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stamping. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I want to wish everyone a very happy Memorial Day. I actually recorded this video this past Friday because I wanted to have my day free to spend time with family and what have you for Monday. So this video is going up Monday, but I actually recorded it Friday afternoon. So anyway, without any further ado, let me explain what I'm doing. Out of our new annual catalog, which is this one right here, and this just went live for everyone on May the 3rd, get my dates right. Our new catalog, our mini Christmas catalog, or what Stampin' Up! Now calls mini July through December, will premiere July the 1st, July 3rd, something like that. So be on the lookout. If you would like a copy of that catalog, please email me. You can find my email right here, and look at my inky fingers. You can find my email there, or you can scroll down below and you will see it in the description below. You can always email me. If you do email me requesting a catalog, let me know if you want the annual or you want the mini. Many of you got the annual catalog already shipped out to you, but if you want the mini catalog, please leave me, just say mini catalog, my address is, and leave me your full mailing address so I make sure that I get you on my mailing list. Okay, we got all of that out of the way. This is a new set. Everything that I'm using here is a new set, and I'm getting my sentiment from the Speedy Recovery. I'm here for you. And I'm also using the Nature's Print and the Natural Print dies. This is a bundle, so if you buy them together using the bundle number, you'll save 10% over purchasing them separately. So that is a good thing to know. I'm also going to pull in my stitched rectangle dies because we're going to be using those to cut some pieces for an accent on the front, along with using those other dies. Now, I have fallen totally in love with that set, and what I have done is I went ahead and cut my pieces. I have a card base out of Smoky Slate that measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I gave that a good varnish with my bone folder, just like that. And I took a piece of that beautiful paper, and I'm using the gray side of it, and we're gonna mat that on top of this, right about like that. And I think I'm gonna use some Stampin' Seal. That will work really, really well for me. So I'm gonna just, let me get it going. I like to use the Stampin' Seal when I'm using Designer Series paper because it doesn't warp my paper. Sometimes liquid glue will leave a little bit of warping, and that's not very pretty when it shows through. So I like the dry adhesive for that reason. So I'm going to lay this down, making sure I'm getting myself a nice little border all the way around, and then I'm going to press that down. And I do apologize for my fingers. They are very inky, and you'll see why when I show you what I have stamped and done. All right, we got that piece done. Now, out of the other piece of Smoky Slate, I used my rectangle dies, and I used the third one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one. I think it'd be the fourth one from the smallest and the fifth one from the largest. No, I didn't use that one. Maybe I used this one. Let's see. Yeah, it was this one. So that would be the fourth from the largest, and 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth from the smallest. So we'll use that one for this, and then we're going to use this one for our piece of Designer Series paper. And that's just the back side of, no, it's not the back of that. This is the other piece. I used two different sections. This piece is a little bit different than that, even though it has the same coloring, that beautiful gray. You could use the gray granite, the Smoky Slate. You could use white with this, navy, whatever. But I wanted to center this in the middle of my card, about like that, and then I want to pop this on top of it. Like that. This is a very simple card to make, and using your dies even makes it easier because you don't have to measure anything. You just grab your dies and just get one size up or down from the other so that you can center one piece onto the other. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Stampin' Seal on this piece, and I'm going to run a piece all the way across, just like that. Decide which way I want that to go. I think like this. And then I'm going to center this in about like that and give it a good press. And then I think what I want to do is I want to pop that up on the front. So I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and let me grab those. And we can use the bigger ones on this because we got a nice area to put plenty of these down on. And I'm going to put 2 on each side right here. I really like to anchor my cards. I do not like the idea that they could fall apart when I mail them. And this card is going to get mailed. I have someone in mind for this card. So I'm going to get that up there just like that. Oh, one more. I thought I had one more to take off. So that looks like all of them. So now we're going to center this right in the middle, and I'm just going to eyeball center. I very seldom, now if you're one of those perfectionists that's got to have it perfectly centered, by all means get your ruler out, measure, make your markings, whatever you need to do, but this works for me. Now I'm going to bring over all of my little die cuts that I've done. I've done a lot of stamping off camera because I wanted this to be a quick video. So what I did from that Nature's print, I stamped a couple of each one of these sprigs, these 3 right across here. And I also die cut these little tiny flowers and this wreath. Now when you cut the wreath, you can fit these all inside and cut that all at one time, and that's pretty much what I did. There's my little flowers that I cut out of the middle. That way you have very little waste on that whole piece, which makes it really, really super nice. I used Night of Navy ink, and I stamped these on the gray granite. Now what I want to do is I want to do a focal point, but before I start, I'm going to tear this apart, and I'm just going to tear it right about here like that. And then I want to get this under here just a little bit. Should have waited. I'm going to raise that up because I just want this to be hanging on that corner about like that. We're going to pop this one up too. If you get these before they actually adhere really well, you can lift them up with no problem. And I'm going to put this piece right up underneath there. And if you notice, I'm going to let it curl up on top of that, and that's fine. That's exactly what I want it to do. Then I want to put one of these here and one here. We're going to make like a collage on this card. So I'm going to put this one here and here, like so. We got a couple of these real pretties. We're going to put those, and I like to lay everything out before I glue it down to make sure that that's the way I want it. I think those will look pretty like that. And then I got a couple of these. I'm going to put one coming out right here and maybe another one jaunting out maybe right there. And we've got these little ones. We'll put those down. I also cut the tag that came in with this set. You get this beautiful tag, and look how pretty that is when you cut it. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'm going to stamp, so I'm going to move that over just for a moment, and I'm going to stamp "I'm here for you." So I'm going to get a small block, and I think that will fit. Yep, that looks pretty good. Again, using my Night of Navy, and I kept that same color scheme throughout this card. The Night of Navy, the gray granite, and that beautiful blue Designer Series paper. Now hopefully I'm not in your camera view, but I need to get over this to be able to stamp it. That looks good. Now I can bring this back over, and we are going to put this right in the middle, and see how the collage is going to look so pretty. And then I'm going to come back and probably put some of these on there. But let's go ahead and get everything else glued down like we want it. So let's pull off our fern pieces, and these little pieces. And the first thing I want to do is I want to put these down, and I'm going to use my hand just, or even your bone folder. You can use your bone folder just to curl these up just a little bit. Just want to give them a little bit more dimension. And I want to tell you, this was not my design. I don't know if this was her original design, or if she saw this on the demonstrator site, or if she got this off of Pinterest. But Ruth from Artful Stamping, I believe is her name, she's from the UK. She does some beautiful work. I saw this on her blog, and I didn't watch the video. I just saw it, and I decided that I would kind of sort of figure it out myself. And I think she used some seafoam that was different than mine. But nevertheless, we got this card to work. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down right about like so, and put some glue right there. I'm not going to glue the end. I'm just going to glue it into the middle like that. And then what we're going to do is take this piece, and we're going to just do the same thing, just glue it down right there. So I'm going to put glue again. You know, I probably could use this one because I don't really need the fine tip. So let's put this back together. Put my pen back in there. I like to use that when I need a fine tip of glue. But I think for this we can just put some glue right here. Like that. Glue this down like at an angle, so it's angling down toward this end. And then, like I said, I'm going to tuck a little bit up under here. I like it to look like they're coming out from under the leaf. Maybe like that. So I'm going to put one of these right here. And again, you can curl this a little bit too, just to give it that little extra dimension. But I am so in love with this set. I think it's so pretty. It might be the blues that's got me with this paper, but I love it. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to put this one down going this direction. And then we've got a couple of these, and I want to stick one of these. Maybe we'll snip the end off of that one just a little bit, and so we can make it fit up under here, and we can get that into that glue from there. We don't even need glue on that one. That's pretty good. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to stick this one right about there, just like that. Isn't that pretty? So, I don't know, maybe I want this one right here. I'm going to clip this off like I did the other one, and I think I'm going to let this one come out right like that. So I'm going to put glue on the back of that, and then just press it down. Now we have this beautiful sentiment, and we're going to do this right across the middle, and I definitely want to use some dimensionals for it. So I'm going to put one there, one right there in the middle, oops, and one here. I'm not too sure, I don't want to stack these, just to give it a little extra height, because we've got so much going on the front of that card. I'm thinking that stacking these will give us a little bit more dimension that I'm looking for. And you can always do that with any of your dimensional pieces. If you feel like you need a little bit more height, just stack them. It's perfectly acceptable. So now we'll set that down right in the middle, just like that. Yeah, and that extra dimension was perfect. So now we can take these little pieces, and I want to put glue on just on the stem end, And I want to adhere those underneath the sentiment piece. Just like that. I'm going to hold that just for a second and let that adhere. And the same thing here. I want it to adhere just underneath. And just let that hang over like so. And then we're going to do the same thing with this last one, and it's going to come up under the bottom. I think that just will add so much to the sentiment. And again, I'm just going to go up underneath there and oops. See if I can. You might want to manipulate it a little bit with your take your pick. You can hold that under there just a little bit until it catches. Once that glue catches, you're good to go. Just like that. Isn't that a beautiful card? I mean, it just has so much going on, but it all blends together and makes for a beautiful collage of blue and gray. And now for the inside, I'm going to put, I think I'm going to do a navy blue and a gray piece inside. So I'm going to grab my mats and let me grab those out right here. And I'm going to look for the Smoky Slate and the navy blue. So let's see if we've got navy back here. I arranged these in the right order yesterday, and I don't think I had navy, so we might have to grab a piece of navy as well as the gray. I think I might have, well, let's see. Maybe we do. We've got some blue. Here's my night of navy. And let's see if we have, and we have Smoky Slate. Perfect. Yep. I try to keep pieces cut for that reason, and then when I'm putting a card together, I don't have to go and find the color. I've already got them right there. So I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut this piece down because this is the piece I want in first. So it needs to be 4 by 5 1/4. When I cut my pieces down, I cut them to full 1/4 inch sheets, so they are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then when I need to cut them down, I can do that. So this one's going to go down to 3 3/4 by 5. And I think I'm going to stamp inside on that piece. I think I'm going to grab that stamp, and I'm going to stamp maybe this little flower. Right here. Maybe we'll stamp that a couple of times right there in that corner. So I'm going to grab my Night of Navy ink pad and a stamp block, and I'm going to ink that up right about to there and stamp it there, there, and there, just to give us a little collage there. And then I'm also going to take, let me grab my chamois so I can clean this off. And then I'm going to grab this little splatter. I love this splatter. And we're going to stamp, I don't know. No, I don't think I'm going to use that one after all. I'm just going to use my sentiment. And it's going to be that you're on my mind. And this is just going to be a card letting someone know that my thoughts are with them. just like that. And now we can go ahead and use our Stampin' Seal. And I went over the edge on that, so anytime that happens, I just roll it over top of itself and make it work. If you haven't picked up this paper and this stamp set, oh my word, you really need to go and grab it, because there's just so many beautiful cards you can make with this. And every time I use it, I fall in love with it just a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And for anyone that buys the stamp and the dies today, I will give away a card kit with the paper, enough of paper to stamp out all of your pieces, and the cardstock. So that will be 24 hours for today only that I will offer the card kit, along with if you purchase the stamp set and die. So that's a great buy. So you'll get all the pieces already pre-cut for this card. All you'll need is your stamps and your ink. So good deal, huh? So there's our card for today. I hope that you love it, and that will go on for Memorial Day, which will be the 30th through the 31st. I will offer this for anyone that picks up that particular set. So I'm going to zoom y'all in so you can see just how pretty this card is. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. And then of course our inside, just as pretty. So beautiful. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please think about doing so. I would love for you to follow me and never miss out on a video that I put up. So as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy. Until next time, God bless and keep you. Bye-bye.